Hey honeys, happy Thursday. I intend all is well. You are feeling good, looking good, your vibrations are high. Now let's get right into this video, baby, okay? So what I've learned in this spiritual journey that I have been in is that your life truly revolves around how much you love yourself. And I mean, like everything, like who you date, who you entertain, like the company you keep, your career, how you keep up yourself, how you keep up your house, how you, everything, y'all, like literally everything when you think about it. And I realized that it wasn't until I truly got to a point that I actually loved myself, I was able to elevate, I was able to set boundaries, I was able to have more discernment on what should be in my life and what is not aligned with my highest good. And I want you to recognize that, right? Instead of worrying about, but then this is before anything, because I feel like people worry about who they gonna date, them getting a man, them getting a girl, and it's like, baby, do you have a solid relationship with self? Being in a relationship while you don't have a solid relationship with self is going to only exacerbate your insecurities, your lack of being able to set boundaries, your lack of self-love. It's only going to expose everything, okay? So I feel like it's so important to first focus on having a relationship with self, okay? And if I sound a little hoarse, y'all, I got a little cold coming on, but okay, we shall overcome, okay? But to focus on that first and foremost, like me being in relationships when I didn't love myself, soon as I got out of a relationship, the first thing I was thinking about was who I'm gonna date, or I can do better, I can mess with him, right? And all the while I am deteriorating inside, baby, okay? I'm literally deteriorating inside because I'm not getting the message that it's not about who you are attached to. It's about the person you got to wake up to every single day, the person that you have to be okay with, and the person in the mirror, baby, okay? So I want you to really lock in when it comes to that. So think about it, like you not loving yourself can have you in such a bad situation, all because you don't have the love, respect, and the honor that you should have within. And I feel like it has a lot to do with your decision making skills, just how many kids you have, who you choose to have children with, your career, all of that, right? And once I was able to really like be vulnerable and be real about myself, and to love myself truly, even the parts of me that are not favorable, like even like my trauma, even the things that I allowed in my life, what things that made me feel dumb that I did, even like once I accepted all of that, I was able to get further in my life. Like for instance, me, I go to school now for psychology, right? And I have to, psychology, you gotta really get into all that, okay? And I feel like me, instead of being so stuck on my trauma and my past and stuff like that, I decided to transmute that energy, that sadness and that sorrow, to turn that into my passion and help other people get through mental healing. And I say that to say, we all go through things, right? But it's all about how you respond to it, and it's all about how long you stay there. And it's all about how you treat yourself after. Give yourself grace. We're all trying to figure out life. Nobody's life is perfect. Even people that try to pretend like they got everything going on. The difference between you and someone that is super successful, and I don't mean successful as in money, because people be having money and be miserable, okay? People be having money and be off in themselves. It doesn't have anything to do with physical money and assets and what you got going on. As that people who are successful mentally to the point that they don't just allow anything to trigger them. They walk through life light. They don't walk through life heavy and pissed off and aggravated and waiting for the next situation to happen because they ready to pop off if this goes wrong. Just people that can take a deep breath through life, right? The difference between people who can't do that and the people who do that is simply how they responded to their trauma and how they responded to themselves. And I feel like that was truly the difference between getting over my depression, and staying stuck in depression and anxiety. Once I hit that rock bottom that I tell y'all about, I hit the bottom, okay, baby? I would say it was my rock bottom, but now I like to say it was just my clean slate. It was my moment that I knew I had to start fresh and I had to start figuring things out for myself, right? Once I got to that point of my clean slate, not my rock bottom, baby, okay? Once I got to that point, I knew that I had to make a change. I could no longer play the victim. I could no longer use everyone as a crutch as to why I'm not where I'm at, where I want to be. I can't use things as barriers and obstacles anymore. Because who wants to keep hearing that? And who wants to keep living that? Even if you have a friend that want to yap about it on the phone about their struggles and why this is why we still here, that just sounds so miserable. If you think about it, that sounds so miserable to stay in a time where it's just full of excuses, full of this is why that. Listen, it's all boils down to how much you love yourself, how much you honor yourself. Do not get to a point where you feel like you just want to hop into a new relationship. You need a friend. You need a relationship with yourself. You need a friend in you. And that is going to help you be magnetic to what you truly want in your life. Like, I feel like even though there's so many things that I want out of my life, and I'm going to get them, baby, okay? I feel like me loving myself gave me the motivation to go after the things that I want. Like, when I was so depressed and I was so hurt and I was so anxious, when I think about it, I didn't really have any goals. I didn't know what my purpose was. I didn't feel confident in pretty much anything pertaining to me. And once I got to the point that I had to start loving on myself, caring on myself, I was able to get out of my relationship. I was to the point that I didn't even want to be with nobody, baby. Okay, I love myself now. Like, once you love yourself, you really realize the shit that you just had just to have something. Like, I don't know if y'all ever watched the show Hoarders. Y'all probably did, right? Okay, I used to love that show, but just think of Hoarders, right? When you know hoarding is, okay? The house is crazy. You got stuff up to the items up to the ceiling, baby. And you ask them, the psychologist asks them, like, why do you need all this stuff? Like, if this is trash, if this is broken, if this you ain't never used this is buried, why do you need it? And it's like most of their answer is they just want to have something. They want to be able to hold on to something because they lost so much in their life, right? Think about it. When you love yourself, you're so able to let go the unnecessary things. You no longer want to hoard BS in your life. And as people, places, things, like, you feel like the love that I have for myself, I'm going to do what's best for myself. I feel like I can get shit done just because I have so much faith in myself. I have so much motivation and fire in me. I see the beauty in how I made a sad story into it's going to be my heroic story. Like, and how I can impact so much people by having these experiences inside of me instead of feeling down about my experiences and this is why that. And, I end up, it was a point in time I told y'all, I was also being a bad mom. Like, I wasn't being really just attentive to what my kids needed. I was so just lost in the sauce, y'all. I was self-medicating, drinking like a fish. I was dating. I was in a bad relationship, so I'm chasing after him. I wasn't doing things that loved and honored myself. And once I became a person that truly loves me, even the good, the bad, the ugly, the things that I'm not proud of, even when I got to the point where I started loving myself, like, through and through, I let go of what I didn't need. And now I'm so much closer to my daughters. And now I even, like, think about myself in the future and how I want our lives to look. Like, I can see a future now just because I simply love myself. I can see where I made mistakes. I can be vulnerable. I can even be vulnerable with y'all on these videos because I love myself so much. Even if there's a troll, or somebody talking trash to me, or somebody I even know coming out the woodworks, just anything, okay? I love myself so much that won't even affect me. And it's like you loving yourself is gonna help you put yourself out there to what you really need. Just the simple fact of you loving yourself, y'all. Like I'm trying to like really put this in I hope y'all feel what I'm saying. Like I know people will be like, I worked on myself and I'm ready for somebody now. I'm ready, to be in a relationship. And yes, as humans, we're supposed to have companionship. I'm not saying like, love yourself and F everything else. But I feel like if you feel that being in a relationship with someone is end all be all, I feel like you have to go back and connect with self, because that wouldn't be essential for you. Like I used to, listen, when I was getting cheated on, I used to be, when I didn't love myself, baby, okay? Staying with a cheater, just allowing the BS because I didn't love myself. And I felt like they were the source of my happiness. They was the source of my validation. They were the source of my acceptance. And it was to the point that there was a time that I ran after my ex, like, don't leave, me knowing where he's going. And even when I think of that, I get so like ill. I get the ick, because the fact that this man is leaving you to go cheat on with who and everything, the details, baby, right? And the fact that you ran out your house screaming, probably neighbors hearing me, my kids seeing me, just embarrassing moments, me telling this man to come back for me, like the things that you accept simply because you don't feel yourself in there. I need you to feel yourself in there. Like, it's so much easier to set boundaries. It's so much easier to see what is right for you, what is not right for you. And it's hard, y'all. Well, it's not hard, because I don't even want you to have that in your mind, that it's hard for you to love yourself. But when you've been programmed that you are not good enough, you are not smart enough, you are not, just different things, you just different things, just up and down things, okay? You just feel like you're just not who you truly are, okay? Because when people see that you are wavering in your security and your self-esteem, baby, people gonna play with you. People can sense that. Like, even if they see some gold diamonds in front of them, which is you, and they see that you see a trash bag as you, they gonna play with you. Because now they can show you, now they can do what they want with you, because it's like you don't even identify yourself with who you truly are. And that's even with anything, with shit, racism, all that. They want to break you down so you don't feel who you are. You get what I'm saying? It's all about not feeling who you are, and the mind games that can be played with you once that part of you is broken down. I want you to focus on loving yourself. Focus on really loving yourself, because once you focus on loving yourself, everything else is going to come into place. Like me, I would have never even seen myself going to school, y'all. When I was talking to my friend before I started school, a couple months before I started school, and she was like, would you ever go to school? And I'm like, no. And the reason why I didn't want to go to school wasn't for anything else, but I just felt like it was probably going to be too hard. It was going to take too long. It was just too much to do and too... Listen, now I'm open. I'm open to that, y'all. I have goals to get my master's, my doctorate. I'm so serious. I don't even have a time frame of when I want to stop school at this point, because I love myself. You get what I'm saying? Like, I am willing to put in the effort, put in the time, do the hard shit for me, because I love me. That's how I'm coming about me. You get what I'm saying? So it just makes so much of a difference, y'all. When you love yourself, you speak up for yourself, you speak up for your kids, you speak up for people that's connected to you. You disconnect from people that don't align with you, and you do it with such grace. Like, even family members that I thought that I was going to just be just dealing with, even though when they call me, I'm literally getting anxiety and damn near having a panic attack just by seeing their name calling, because I know they're going to say some stressful shit or say something I don't like and say something that's going to upset me, but I still answer the phone and I still engage and I still be talking sometimes for hours on the phone with someone that's literally giving me anxiety. But I did it all because I didn't love myself. I wasn't secure in myself. And now I'm able to be like, yo, I'm cutting you off completely. I'm willing to go no contact with you because I love myself so much. I'm not gonna deal with anything that doesn't make me feel good. Okay, I'm not gonna do that, and I have discernment on what is what matters for me. Okay, some things are hard and it's worth doing for myself. Okay, but you sit on a conversation, you pissing me off and stressing me off. That's hard and unnecessary, and I'm not doing it. And I'm not gonna make you feel bad. You're not going to have me feeling bad about setting boundaries with myself, because that was even a thing. Even once I feel, good to set boundaries, now it's like I'm still feeling like, I'm still wavering. I'm still wavering just all because of me not having the foundation of loving myself. So, really, focus on loving yourself. This is the season of self-care. This is the season of self-love. This is the season of pouring into yourself. Now I can work out. Now I can go to school. Now I can be on here and be vulnerable with y'all and don't have a care in the world if this hits the wrong person's page, timeline, FYP, whatever. I don't feel any type of anything because I know nothing anybody says can make me waver. Like, I went through so much to get to this point of peace and to get to this point of love within myself that it's like I'm so solid. I would never allow anybody to come in between that, the relationship that I have with me. And now it's like when I think of dating, y'all, because sometimes I be thinking about like when I'm gonna start dating again. Okay, when I'm gonna start, and it's like it's no rush. It's no rush, and I'm abstinent right now. I ain't even doing a do, babe. You get what I'm saying? And I don't even feel like, I gotta rush into that, or I gotta. No, I'm able to sacrifice stupid things that don't matter, things that will pull me back into the wrong situations for the love of self. So I just want y'all to think about that. Just think about what you want. Okay, and think about it. If I loved myself truly, would this still be a want for me, or is this something that I want to hoard? Is this some junk I just want to hoard in my life just to have something? It's so worth it. Sorry, y'all, because I'm trying to sniff in though. Okay, it's so worth it to do the hard work on yourself. Like, even when I went into this breakup, my last breakup, and I didn't know how I was going to navigate things. And, I got 3 kids now. I'm a single mom. Like, how am I going to do that? Like, it was just so many things that ran into my mind. And but then it's like, girl, love yourself through all this shit and you will find a way. Love yourself through all of this and it will help you make your decisions. Love yourself through all this. You'll align yourself with your spirituality, with your career goals, with how you maneuver and run things. You can truly tell who loves themselves by the things that they allow in their life. You can really just see like how people act, the things that they do, the company they keep. It all revolves around self-love. And once you are secure in the love of self, everything's going to just start falling into place. Everything's just going to start aligning for you. You just have to get into that posture, like where you're just in love with yourself. You're obsessed with making sure that you are good first and foremost. And it's not about being selfish. It's actually a very selfless act, because now that you love yourself, you're able to be a good mom. You're able to do the things that you can be a good person in society, a productive person in society, just because you love yourself. Everything, like, if you really think about it, everything revolves around self-love. Like, I don't know, y'all. I wanted to do this video because I feel like that would be really helpful. I feel like just loving myself put me into a lot of spaces that I would never see myself in if I was still at the point that I wasn't loving myself. I would have been drinking. I would have been acting a fool. Me and my oldest daughter, would never been able to mend our relationship that I messed up if I didn't love myself enough to be real, be vulnerable, be honest, and do the hard shit. So, yeah, y'all. I love y'all. Be good. Be good to yourself. Be good to yourself first. Okay? Be good to yourself first and foremost. And I'm telling you, everything's going to line up for you. Everything's going to line up for you once you get into that mode of pouring into self, pouring into self. Is this feeding me, or is this bringing me back? Is this nourishing me, or is this something that's going to set me back? What is this? Like, what is this? Who are you? No, for real. When people are coming into your life, you got to think about this. Is this something that's going to nourish me? Is this something that's going to propel me forward? Or is this something like, now I'm not going to be doing my work. Now I'm going to be messing up in school. Now I'm going to be late doing this. Now I'm not going to be attentive to that. Like, what is this in front of me? What is this? Okay. Everything has a meaning, and everything has a meaning too, in like spirituality. Like, is this something that's going to give me energy, give me life, or is this something that's going to be a vampire and harm me? Really? And it's like, people be probably saying like, yo, she's mad extra, she's mad deep, because it's like, I take things so deeply now, because I truly feel everything is deep. Is this a vampire to my life, or is this something that's gonna feed me, like, for real? Because life is that deep. Well, my life is, okay? That's how you got, well, my life, call me too deep, call me dramatic, but my life is that deep. And the company I keep, the things that I do, and things that I'm mindful about, that it's all deep shit when it comes to me. Okay? So, I'm gonna get off this here internet, baby, and rest and get right, because, you know, my cold's trying to do a little something to me, but we shall overcome, baby, okay? So I love y'all. Be good. Do your big one, because that's what we do. And really, truly think about what I said. Think about it.